searching.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos. Plus check out all my other series like the Spiritual War and weekly minute horoscope videos. I'll be adding my 44-day juicing experience video at some point this week or possibly next week. I am back from vacation and taking appointments again, so hit me up if you need me. All right, let's get right into the intuitive messages for the week. Here's what you can expect from January 4th through to January 10th as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. General themes. We still have some of the lingering energies this week around judgment and people harshly judging each other. So be mindful of that popping up in your life. More than likely, it's going to be a combination of you judging yourself, judging others, and then others judging you, right? So it's going to be that combination because again, everything is a mirror reflection. So if it's happening to you, typically it means you're doing it too, right? Or you believe in something that's not true, and that's why it's happening in your life. There's also lots of energy around conversations and communication. You may receive some form of validation or recognition professionally or personally. So, you know, maybe you get some kudos, a attaboy, a attagirl from work, or maybe somebody in your life is just like, oh my God, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you for being there for me. So you're going to receive some sort of validation. And it just feels like it's validation that you've really been needing and wanting. And it's just, again, it could even come through the form of, you know, spirit. So again, maybe you've been praying for something or trying to figure out what your next steps are, what you need to do. And all of a sudden it pops up in your life through, you know, a song, or you're at the 7-Eleven or something, and you know, you hear somebody who's like, oh yeah, I got online and did this and that, and you're like, oh my God, that's totally what I need to do. So yeah, it's all gonna play out very nicely here. Lots of energy around big money events, neither good nor bad. So we may see some things happening with the economy and definitely within personal finances. So for some of you, this could be like an influx of money or money that you weren't expecting. For some of you, this could actually be in a bill or an expense that you weren't expecting. So that's why I say neither good nor bad. It just kind of feels like a money event. So we'll have to kind of see how that plays out. You could experience a lack of patience, a heightened urge to meditate or pursue other spiritual outlets. You could have a tendency to speak and act before thinking about what you're going to say or do, which could result in something embarrassing happening. So I just kind of felt like people were going to be feeling embarrassed for some reason or another this week. So pay attention to what you're doing so that doesn't happen to you. But then again, you know, sometimes we've got to have these embarrassing moments because it's part of our growth, and it helps us in some silly way, believe it or not. Okay, you may come together with another person and partner professionally, personally, or romantically, possibly a combination of them all for some of you. Lots of energy to be able to focus on projects, groups, online businesses, or online services, humanitarian efforts. This energy can also bring in major reality checks to help streamline and tweak things accordingly. So, you know, maybe you've been traveling down one path and all of a sudden something pops up, some sort of reality check, and you're like, oh crap. Yeah, I need to reroute and do this. Don't ever give up on your dreams and goals and wishes. When doors close or situations arise like that, it's a test of your strength, of your character, and of your willpower. And everything in this reality is created through your will and through you caring enough to want to create it and make it come about, right? So don't give up. Sometimes, again, like I just said, it's to streamline things or tweak something so that you can adjust what you're doing so that it will, in the long run, work out in your favor. Or in the long run, it's always going to work out in your favor. But a lot of times it's skills that we need to pick up so that in the future, we are the best version of ourselves doing whatever it is we're doing with our life purpose. So don't get discouraged by that. You may find yourself reminiscing about the past and how things used to be, or maybe even your childhood. Enjoy the moment, but for some of you, this is coming up so that you can recognize how much time you actually spend rehashing and reliving the past or comparing everything to the past. It's time to let it go because we are moving beyond the past, right? And when you're constantly focusing on the past, what you're actually doing is recreating it in the present moment to manifest in the future. That's how powerful you are. So if you're dealing with the same type of people and the same type of situations and the same drama over and over and over again, you're creating it. You're creating it because of where you're putting your attention, your focus, your thoughts, your energy, your feelings, your emotions, and all that stuff. So look at it. Now's the time. It's the perfect opportunity. Okay, super passionate there for a minute. I just know because I've been there, you guys. I've been there. I know what it feels like to be miserable and hating life and down and out. Oh, trust me, I know. Like I've been there. I've had shitty life experiences and I've had really amazing ones, and I've had loss in my life, so much loss in my life. But I'm still here and I'm still thriving and I'm still moving forward, and I'm not letting it ruin living, right? So, okay, the worst of this energy could be you or someone you know behaving with less than ethical intentions, okay? So this could be prying into someone's life, an evasion of privacy. It could be manipulation. It could be control. It could be, narcissism. It could be cheating. It could be lying. It could be stealing. It's going to be something that is less than ethical. So basically watch out for these type of people. And if it's you displaying any of these behaviors, then you need to take a look at how well that worked out for you in the past, because I guarantee you this is not the first time you've behaved in that way. And in the past, it probably came back to bite you, or you're dealing with karma with similar situations. So you're literally inviting this sort of behavior into your life to be done towards you because you engage in doing it to others, or because you allow it to be a part of your life because you believe you don't deserve anything better, right? And if you have behaved in bad ways or less than integral ways, we all have. We've all lied. We've all cheated in some way. We've all stolen in some way. We've all said stuff we didn't mean. We've all done hurtful things. But we all have the capacity to change and grow and learn from those situations and become better versions of ourselves, to become the true version of ourselves. So you really have to forgive yourself and forgive others. Just forgiveness is such a huge, huge, powerful thing. So, remember, everything in this world is a mirror reflection of you. So everything you feel, everything you think, everything you say, and everything you do, karma, the natural law of cause and effect, okay? It's always at play because you're always creating. You're always choosing something through your thoughts, choosing something through your feelings, your actions, all those things. You're 24/7 sending out information to the universe, whether you're conscious of it or not. And all of that stuff comes back into your life. So if you want your life to be different, you have to be different in all forms. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you act, the way you choose. You have to just change yourself, and you have to believe that you're worthy of that. You have to believe that you're worthy of goodness in your life, that you're worthy of love, you're worthy of respect, you're worthy of all these things. Of course you are. God created you. You are worthy of everything. And nothing that you have done is so bad that forgiveness doesn't exist. That's just all bullshit. And it's not the same stuff in the Bible. I don't care what they say. Okay? You are here to learn and grow. Do it. You're learning how to be your true self here. Anyway, so change yourself to change your life. Work. Careful this week with getting into any office politics or gossip. Look, we all like a little gossip, okay? We do, all right? It happens. But, you know, to actively engage, and like if you're doing it from a space of viciousness or being nasty because you're feeling insecure, I mean, to me, if you're sharing information, oh, did you hear so-and-so got hurt, and you're feeling bad for them and you're sharing information, that's one thing. But if you're shit talking and like doing things to bring other people down, well, that's only going to hurt you more. Trust me, it's going to come back to you more than it is the other person. And when you're smack talking, most of the people are looking at you, wonder what she says behind my back. Just think about these things. So we got some workplace gossip. Don't engage. There's no point, not especially if it's vicious. And politics in the office, like don't get into policies. And I don't mean like government politics. I mean office policies, or, you know, again, like the accounting department's fighting with the payroll department, and you just don't get involved in that stuff. It's just not worth it. I do feel like some employers are going to be watching employees more closely beginning in the new year in order to clean house a bit. I do feel, I mentioned this in a couple of shows ago, that I felt like people might be, losing their jobs in this new year. And I feel like there's a lot of businesses that are struggling, and they've really kind of been holding on by a string, and they're doing everything that they can for their employees. But I do feel like some of you will get noticed that it might be time to start looking for a new job. So, you know, keep that in mind, because I don't necessarily feel like all these businesses are going to be shutting down, but they're going to weed out people, and you don't want to be weeded out. So make sure that you're on your best behavior and doing your job properly. Some of you will see lots of creativity at work. So there's just, again, this flowing of creativity and energy and ideas and projects. And if that's not happening in your working life, then allow yourself to be creative in other areas of your life, because it's going to actually help improve your working life from a mental perspective. Overall, it's going to be an easy work week. And if you're looking for a job, I feel like you need to connect with previous employers or people that you worked with in the past who may have some leads or connections for you. Love. Trust is going to be a major theme this week in love. So last week, we kind of dealt with trust issues within ourselves. Now these trust issues are going to be showing up in our love area of our life. So you could be, or your partner could be acting suspicious, or maybe you're just feeling suspicious, or you're feeling insecure, like something is going on. So, you know, you might decide to confront the situation. If you do that, please do it in a healthy manner, because, you know, fighting and trying to prove the way you approach it, and if you do it in a calm, cool, collective way, you're going to get answers. But if you do it in an attacking way, well, you're just going to get nowhere. So the energies will be intense. So you may want to revert to old behaviors like passive aggressiveness, which resolves absolutely nothing, and it actually makes the situation worse. So how you approach the conversation is going to be huge. So really think before you speak. And those of you who have trust issues, those of you who have trust in yourselves and your partner, well, you'll be focusing on redirecting your romantic relationship toward the future. So maybe things have gotten a little bit stagnant, and you're thinking about, okay, let's make some plans this year and set some goals. Like, let's do a romantic vacation together, or let's go and try new restaurants, or go, you know, try zip lining. I don't know. Like, you're just going to try new things and new experiences together. And some of you that are currently in relationships, and some of you that are single, will have an ex reappear in your life. They're going to pop up. It's going to be a test. And you're going to have to figure out whether or not you want to let this person back into your life. Exes typically are exes for a reason, right? Singles, strong possibility that you may meet someone who is interesting, but your lack of engagement with that person will have them thinking that you're not interested. So you need to make sure that you're letting your walls down, you're letting yourself be vulnerable, you're being yourself, you're communicating, you're happy, whatever. Just don't miss out on this opportunity because you're feeling insecure or freaked out and you're just like, I don't know. Should I say something? Should I not? Just be yourself. Just treat everybody like your friend. And if it blossoms into love, fantastic. Okay, finances. You may have some tough decisions to make this week. Money may come to you from someone in your past or through inheritance. Doesn't necessarily mean someone is passing away. You may be making extra money through retro nostalgic things of the past, possibly connected to children or your youth. So maybe you're cleaning out your garage and you come across some really old 70s board games and you kind of clean them up and you sell them, right? So or old clothing. Maybe you just finally dig through your closet and you're finding some really cool retro clothes from the 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. All those styles are coming back. So you might make some money in that way or create an online shop or, whatever. There's so many things you could do on your own. So the caution here in the financial area is with making sure that you're not loaning money and gambling. So if somebody asks to borrow money, if you don't have it, don't give it. Or if the person asking you isn't reliable and paying it back, and then gambling, obviously, don't go blow a couple of $100 on like scratch off tickets and you waste $100 and all you win back is 20 or something. So it's just not the week for that. Health, some of you may be struggling with a health issue. Some may get a diagnosis, but I strongly feel like you need to get a second opinion. Nowadays, so many mistakes happen at the hospital and doctors' offices. And, if you don't believe me, do some research. A study came out. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of deaths from mistakes at these institutions. And that's death. That's not counting all of like giving the wrong medication, amputating the wrong body parts, doing procedures that are like surgeries and things that are completely unnecessary. You have to be proactively involved in your health. And again, so many people put faith outside of their own intuition or do their own research and they just believe any doctor, believe any person that, says they're a doctor or went to school and learned something. But you have to remember, they all learn from the same type of organization telling the same stuff. And personally, my opinion of our healthcare system is they help keep people sick, not actually heal them. That's been my life experience with the healthcare system. I've seen it with tons of my family members. I can honestly tell you, I've taken prescription medication maybe 3 times in my life. I don't do antibiotics. I've had to have surgery because I had to have my appendix taken out when I was 6. So I've had things like that, but I don't get the flu. I don't get colds. I'm very, very healthy other than dealing with, hormonal or stomach stuff, and that's typically because I'm eating like crap and not taking care of myself. But in my experience, and maybe I just have a bad taste in my mouth, but I personally feel the medical industry killed my mother through chemotherapy and radiation, especially now that I know people who have completely cured themselves of cancer in a very holistic manner just through diet alone and medical marijuana. So I might have a negative perception of it. It's my opinion. You guys have your own opinions. I mean, that's fine. And, really the only thing I go to the doctor for is an annual checkup. So, but anyway, I'll get into that in my juicing video. Okay. So really, I do feel like some of you are going to need some second opinions. So make sure that you're doing that. Get a second opinion no matter what. Like, don't you want to know? I mean, any doctor, they're all human. They can make mistakes. Lab reports get mixed up, I've heard it happen plenty of times. where, you know, matter of fact, I know even with like the whole testing of this new flu virus, I had a couple of friends that had false positives, right? And the same day with their negatives. So it's just like, you have to advocate for yourself. And in the health area as well, some of you will be dealing with childhood trauma. Lastly, in the area of spirituality, you may begin some sort of ritual like meditation or walking meditation or praying or lighting candles or saging or studying belief systems or alchemy, or I don't know, you just whatever spiritual realm of something, you're going to make it part of your routine. You may be updating or reinventing old traditions. There is a caution. Okay, this is a big caution, and I've been seeing this happening a lot, even with some of my clients, where some religious leaders, some gurus, some psychics, some energy workers, some so-called enlightened spiritual advisors are asking for large sums of money to help you solve your demonic attachments or any other issue, or, you know, again, like, trust your intuition. Get a second opinion, right? Just like the medical industry. Like, if something someone's telling you is like, hey, you've got this really negative attachment or your house or this, and, you know, for $1,000, I can do a cleanse and, you know, heal that for you. Before you say yes, go get a second opinion, right? Like, if you're going to drop $1,000 on that anyway, go get a second opinion. And let me just say this to all of you that have had this experience. Those attachments, you can get rid of them by yourself, okay? Again, everything is a mirror reflection of you, everything. So if something's attracted to you and it's feeding off of you, it's feeding, anything negative or demonic is feeding off of your energy. So if you're an addict, if you have alcohol issues, if you have drug issues, if you have food addiction, any kind of addiction, you're going to have addictive attachments to you, and they're going to keep you in that state of wanting to constantly feed the addiction, because not only are you feeding your own addiction, but you're feeding their addiction. If you have a lot of fear and anxiety, well, you're going to have those entities that are hanging around you that want to keep you in that state, and they're going to help overpower you because you're not in a state of empowerment when you're in fear. And it's going to stay attached to you. And then it's going to create drama in your life, and it's going to help create arguments and fighting and all these negative situations. But all you have to do is empower yourself, pull yourself out of the funk, tell this energetic being it is not welcome in your home, it is not allowed to be here, and that you're calling on God in the highest vibrational frequency of love to eradicate this from your space. And you got to own it, okay? You got to own it. That's how you get rid of them. You don't have to pay anybody a dime for that, okay? But you have to feel confident in yourself. And matter of fact, you could pay somebody a couple $1,000s, and sure, maybe energetically, they'll be able to remove some stuff from you and help remove and cleanse that situation. But the second that you fall back into negative patterns of behavior and allow negativity in your life and allow all those things that these demonic attachments are attracted to, well, guess what? Boom, you got another one, right? So you need to be in control and have power over your own sovereignty. You are a sovereign being. The natural law, nothing can take over your free will unless you give it away. Okay, so you are so powerful, you just don't even realize it. So that's how that works. So don't fall for it. Okay. Okay, that wraps up the intuitive messages for this week. If you enjoy these messages, please like, subscribe, and share. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers. Maybe I'm going to get there one day. I don't know. I'm hoping I will. So please share if you like these videos. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And as always, the links to my services are provided in the description box. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.